Hi everyone, I'm Julie from Learn Stock Photography, and today's video I'm taking you behind the scene and giving you a sneak peek at the numbers that I have and some of the earnings I've made on my best-selling images. So stock photography can sometimes be a misunderstood field. And I thought I wanted to clear a few things with you because I hear a lot of people having all sorts of opinions on stock photography, maybe not representing all the potential of the industry. So one thing that I hear often is photographers saying like, oh my God, I can't believe that in stock photography, the royalties are so low. I hear about 1 cent royalty. So to that, a lot of photographers will say, this is unacceptable. They run for the hill and they say, I can't sell my images at that price. And now that's a very fair point. I never should imply that you should sell your work for 1 cent. That's never what I'm going to mean here. But there's a few more elements to the calculation. So for example, yes, with that 1 cent thing, we know it's a minimum of a royalty, but do we know what the maximum is? That's a fair point to establish. And there's also the amount of downloads that you can expect from images. Now remember, stock photography is not catered to your local market. You are not trying to sell images within your city, but into the whole world. So an image that has appeal to a wide variety of people might have a lot of downloads. And one more point to consider is how agencies like to promote their images. Now, just a little bit like Google have algorithms with SEO, well, agencies also have a certain level of hidden tactics with their algorithms to promote certain type of images. So today I'm going to be sharing some real numbers from my real images, and I'll be taking you behind the scene from an account that I use with a company called Stock Performer. So as the title implies, it's a software or platform that really helps you to analyze how much money you can get, and it's very well done. So I've been using this software for a few years now. I've been very satisfied. I want to mention that certain agencies don't really love when specific numbers are shared. So I've pixelated some of them, but nothing that will keep you from getting a strong idea of the stats, the actual final numbers, or the trends in the images. So let's get started. So here you can see my best selling image. So one thing that is really cool is that I just hit the landmark of over $5,000 US, and that is under 4 years time. So here, if you have a look, you could see the monthly revenue, which is over $100. So that is indicative of an image that's been featured by agencies. So from those stats, you could also see that this image has been downloaded so many times. So it's been downloaded over 6,000 times in less than 4 years. And you could see the RPD, so the return per download, being of about 73 cents. You must remember that before I was saying that the royalties of a few cents can be a reality. For example, at iStock, the lowest royalty I've ever gotten was 2 cents. But I also want to point out how there is royalties that are quite high. So for example, here I earned like close to $80 in one sale. So that will happen as well. So it's important to consider that it's not only royalties that will be for a few pennies. Now, as I said, like the numbers here are pixelated, but you could see, for example, that it's mostly iStock and secondly, Adobe Stock that have said that they really like this image. So where you can understand from those two agencies being so strong that there's been a bit of a push from them. And here at the bottom, you could see the curve of sale. So it is quite normal for images to have a bump at about 6 months time and then gradually go down. The good thing is that, like, although it goes down, it never really disappears. Now, not all images in my portfolio are going to be like that, but this is just to give you a few ideas of what you could really expect from some images that will stand out in the market. So I do have some more examples to show you. You'll see though that the next ones don't reach $100. This one was very special images that achieved great results. The next image is of a young woman in a business setting. After that, we have a gardening shoot done on a rooftop garden. Here, a simple two people candid image that illustrates a bit of a casual business again. So as you could see, those are all different images from different shoots, but nothing says that you can't have many images that are going to sell really well from a shoot. And that's the goal, really. So I want to show you an example of two images that have been selling really well, taken just a few seconds apart. So let's have a look here. So here we have a portrait of a woman, and here this is an image where I just turned slightly the camera to give a different perspective, and this again is another strong selling image. So multiple images with similar variation can also have a lot of potential. Now, as mentioned, it is normal for stock images to have a bit of a sales curve where they sell more in the first 6 months, and after that they go down a little bit. So to avoid having problems where your portfolio has a lot of value and then gradually goes down, one thing you could do is keep uploading every year, and consistency will pay off. So for example, a lot of people think that it's too late to get into stock photography, when really it doesn't have to be like that. So here we have an image that I uploaded about 8 months ago, and we could see that it's having very, very good revenue with about $30 per month on average. So that's a very strong image that in my portfolio that is in the process of booming right now. And one thing that's important to mention is that just because I'm presenting my best-selling images here, I am not pretending that all my images are earning me an average of $30 a month. That's really not what I am saying. So most people are going to be familiar with the 80-20 principle, right? So where 20% of your portfolio would earn 80% of your income. Well, in stock, it actually is much closer to a 90-10. So about 10% of my portfolio will earn me about 90% of my revenue. So uploading a variety of images then allows a chance for agencies to pick up my images, to promote them, and to have strong royalties coming from them. And as I also mentioned, it's nice because even though the revenues go down, they don't completely disappear. It's nice to have a base that supports you in your project, even if you're busy doing something else. So at the high point of my stock photography portfolio, I was earning about $37,000 US a year. And I'm Canadian, so that translated with the exchange rate was an extremely good salary for me. Now, like, things go up and down, and because I've been concentrating on different projects, including a course on stock photography, then I've been putting less time. So in 2019, I earned about $20,000 US. But to be fair, I only worked about 90 hours of work. So doing the calculation, in 2019, I was paid about $220 an hour when I was working on my stock portfolio. And since it's passive income, it is continuous income coming in. So I hope you found this video interesting and you've enjoyed having a sneak peek inside of a stock photographer's earnings. And if you're interested in knowing more, I'm going to be hosting a webinar called The 3 Industry Secrets of Selling Your Images Online. So join me there. The link is going to be in the description. Until next time, keep on shooting.